1D&D is back at it again with their third installment release of 1D&D, and this Unearthed Arcana with everything of Cleric and Revised Species, which is already one change. They're changing races to species, so there's one thing already off the top of the gate. But we're going to break down the Cleric and the massive changes, some for the good, mostly I think maybe for the good, for the Cleric class, and maybe some things that I see the Cleric going in the future, of where I see this going, and just give the full breakdown. And then the species of the Ardling, which is completely changed, and I called it, and then the Dragonborn, which has one change that I'm going to probably have to go on a rant about, and whoa, man. So we're going to go all over the place, goods, bads, and break the whole thing down. So let's go right into it. Here is the Revised Species. I'm not going to read your hand and hold your hand through this thing and read every single part of it. I've already done a full-blown breakdown as far as all of these different things, what they were and what they are now, and we're going to break it all down. So for the Cleric, first of all, the Priest class group, I'm excited to see the first of the Priest class group, Cleric, Druid, and Paladin. We are going to see the Druid and Paladin next, hopefully, so we can get the full big picture. And there's one huge thing I got to stay off the gate. So this is their class chart. They get their subclass at 3rd level. That's huge, people. That's huge. And this, for me, confirms that all classes will get their subclass at 3rd level. I think that is beautiful. I think it's brilliant. I 100%, if I were to make a game from scratch, which I plan on doing in the future, but I would 100% do that. They get their subclasses at the same level. It's weird for some to get it at 1st and some 2nd, some 3rd, all that stuff. This universalizes it, and I personally really like this decision. It also stops like 1-level multi-class dips, and you get a whole bunch of stuff from the subclass, and I think overall it feels real good. And I was hoping they were going with this. I will say as a disclaimer, sometimes it made sense for some classes to get it at 1st level. Like a sorcerer gets their power from their bloodline, so not being able to do certain things would feel weird. But, and same thing with the Cleric, if they serve a certain god, that god would have certain powers in a certain spectrum that they would have. So that's one thing you're gonna have to navigate and be careful with. But if they're generalized with the first 2 levels of features, and if they stay broad enough with it, they could totally do that, and I think they did. So anyway, Channel Divinity, we're gonna start off at the very beginning here. Channel, I'm not going to go through each of these. You can access. I'll put a link in the description with the whole thing if you want to read through it with me. But Channel Divinity now it's 1 per short rest is what it used to be, and now it is proficiency amount of times per long rest. Absolutely love that. You get more uses of Channel Divinity instead of this 1 per short rest thing. So more uses per long rest. Again, I absolutely love that. And it's now 1st level instead of 2nd level. Awesome. Now, the coolest thing here is there's a new ability called Divine Spark. It is an action. It's 30 feet at a creature you can see, and you get D8s of healing or damage for a con save. So really awesome. I like the Cleric being able to have healing baked in that doesn't also have to be. This is a perfect execution of this compared to the Bard. The Bard, they just forced healing onto the Bard, and that was it. Right, as far as the songs of rest or whatever, they get like these access to these healing spells. Okay, well, what if I didn't want to cast healing spells as my Cleric or Bard or whatever? This is a perfect version of that, where they give you a resource and you can use it for damage or for healing. Absolutely love it. Perfect. And that's also where the Turn Undead comes in. Now, Holy Order at 2nd level is now, first of all, a little mini timeout is I believe all classes should get 3 things at 1st level. A big class defining thing, that would be Channel Divinity, something that lets them play the class in the way that their archetype is, a spellcaster, a martial, all that kind of stuff, and then some kind of flavor thing, and the Clerics are missing that flavor thing for me. So I fully plan on, and I already have done it with the Bard, I'm going to be releasing that later this month, the Dungeon Coach Bard, my full-blown iteration and update of the 1D&D Bard, plus the original Bard, plus the direction I see it going in. I'm going to be doing this with all classes, depending on how much love the video gets from each of the different classes that I did. So Bard's up. Who's next? Rogue, Ranger, Cleric? Who knows? But anyway, the 2nd level, they get Holy Order. Holy Order, you have 3 options. You get this chooses an order within what kind of Cleric are you? Are you a Protector, which lets you be more martial and heavy armor based? Are you a Scholar? which gives you proficiency in skills and religion and proficiencies and stuff. Thaumaturge, 1 cantrip from Divine, and you regain 1 channel divinity per short rest now. So you regain all of them in the long rest, but you get 1 back for a short rest. So I really think that's cool. I think Thaumaturge is a little bit stronger than the others as far as these different things go here. And I'm going to stay on the class chart. I'm going to stay on the class chart so you can see the big picture. But I think Holy Order is really cool. I think they're missing another thing, though. In general, in my class philosophy and what I've done with the Bard and what I will do with all of these is you get 3 things at first level, 2 at second level, and then you get your subclass at 3rd level, you get a feat at 4th level, and then you get some really good stuff at 5th level, which this specifically I don't think is also good enough. So ultimately, I like the changes they made to the Cleric. I really do. I'm going to take those, combine them with the other one, add some new things, but I think it's just a little weak at 2nd and 5th level. So the Holy Order thing is awesome. It adds to the flavor. I almost feel like Holy Order could be at 1st level. And I also feel like if you are martial based and heavy armor based, and you pick that, because you can pick the heavy armor and martial weapons for this, it kind of makes sense for you to get that at second. Doesn't make sense for you to get that at 2nd level, especially if you're building a certain kind of class and then you want to upgrade to heavy armor, but then now you have to find heavy armor for roleplay reasons. So I might think this could be going to 1st level, but then that's really strong for 1st level. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, and then Smite Undead is, which actually we're going to get to right now. Because I already talked about the 3rd level clerics, and every single class is going to get 3rd, 6th, 10th, and 14th level subclass features. I love that. I'm 100% on board with that. That's pretty cool. Universalization right there. Is that a word? Who knows? So then Smite Undead at 5th level is replacing Destroy Undead, and it's not CR based, which absolutely love that. Love that. I hated the fact that it was CR based. And now you gain your proficiency bonus of D8s of radiant damage to those that fail. So it's just a heavy damage against the undead, and heavy damage against undead. I love that. I think they should get one more thing. It is 5th level. So I know that, yes, they get access to 3rd level spells. So I see that. I do. But I feel like there's just something, just even if it's something small. But again, that's just my class design philosophy. Blessed Strikes, another new thing at 7th level, this is the Tasha's Cauldron of everything. All the little bonus things is you get 1d8 per round whenever you hit with a spell or a weapon attack, and it does not apply to AoEs. You can boost some things that you do as far as damage goes with your ability. So it's really like just imbuing some sort of spell or some sort of a thing that you do with holy damage. Cool, awesome, love it, great. I could even say that this could be applied to healing as well. I actually let's see if that is. So 7, your divine infused battle creature damage, sex your weapon, spells or your attacks. So takes damage from when your spells or attacks. Once you deal damage this turn, you can't be future. Yeah, I would let them add this to healing. Oh wait, no, it's once per turn. That's rough. So I think that this is a very similar way of what the original one was. It lets you be able to, the channel divinity, you could damage or heal with it. I definitely see myself going and taking this Smite, or this, where'd it go? Blessed Strikes, and I want to try and just do something where there's an option for extra healing as well, or something like that. That's where my head's at, but I do like that overall. And then Holy Order, you get another one at 9th level, the same option from 2nd level, which again feels a little late and weird. I don't know if I think it's a cool choice. Being able to choose between these things, these 2nd level options of the Holy Order, Protector, Scholar, and Thaumaturge, I think that's a cool choice to see what kind of cleric you are. And then leave it alone. I don't know if coming back to it feels weird. Like, oh, now I have martial weapon proficiency, all martial weapon proficiency, and heavy armor. I can't talk right now. All that just seems a little weird to get out of nowhere at 9th level. Like, I don't know. I'm totally down for them having something and then getting it again later. So I'll be doing that. But I don't know. I don't like that they get it again because it doesn't really make sense to me as far as the type of things that the Holy Order is. If it was like, if there was like 5 of them and they were all unique and interesting and they could be evolutions of the way you play your cleric, and you picked one at the beginning and another one later, okay, I see that. That's cool. But I really thought it was a cool, like, what kind of cleric are you? Which I think would be a 1st level thing. And I'm almost sold that I'm going to move that to 1st level. But anyway, And then Divine Intervention is moved, is 11th level now instead of 10th level, and is left up to the DM, all the same thing. Now, the new recharge is now 2d6 days. I've never liked rolling for recharge. I don't know. That's me personally. I know I'm probably in the minority on this. I've never been a fan of rolling for recharge. I would just say it's a week. You can't do it again for a week. It takes time, and like having to roll 2d6 and then it could be 12 days. So it also probably doesn't matter. Like the roll that you do, it's the average in the center of the bell curve is going to be about the same anyway. And even if you get to the far ends and it gets super low and you get it back really early, does that really matter? Are you probably going to use it right away? Oh, maybe. That's kind of the best case scenario. But then if you get 12 and it takes you it's super long to be able to come back to it, 12, it's 2 weeks now. Okay, but I don't know. It just feels bad. Especially if the campaign's going really slow or the campaign's going really fast, and like every day is a session or every day is a month. Who knows? It can just change up. So I don't like the randomness there. I think that's kind of strange. But anyway, and then this, oh man, 13th, nothing, 15th, nothing, 17th, nothing. Yes, I know you get a spell slot. I know you get the new spells, and that's really cool. But at 17th level, yes, you get to choose a 9th level spell. But, I mean, come on. I don't think that is game-breakingly awesome. Yes, it's a 9th level spell, and that is super awesome, and that's super exciting, but I think I like people to get something. But anyway, I do know that as after 10th level game design for me, after 10th level, I like to have a spellcaster slow down the things they get. So there's that, but I do like to have some sort of little sprinkle of something, which I'm going to be probably doing something with, which is going to be the thing that I put in at 2nd level. There's going to probably be some Holy Order, my just little tip of the iceberg. I'm probably going to move Holy Order to 1st level and give them something at 2nd level that they then also get spread out across as they level. And then it's something cool that they get to choose and customize their cleric as they level up. 100% that's probably happening. Okay, anyway. So then that is pretty much the cleric, right? Now, here we go. The next part is the Ardling. I called it. I'm just going to say it right now. I called it. It was weird for me for them to be so heavily celestially aligned. I see that as Aasimar. Tiefling, Aasimar. I see them as connected. Now, I know, trust me, I am all about the planes of existence. Trust me. I just released today, the day I'm releasing this video, a Spelljammer, all the planes of existence, how to travel through the astral plane. Huge supplement for Spelljammer and Astral Planner traveling, all that. It's available on my Patreon right now. It's just a random segue right there. But and in 3 months, I'm doing the Beastlands, a huge PDF over the Beastlands, which the Ardlings are now kind of more slanted toward the Beast in Beastlands, as in a little pinch of Celestial in there as far as the Beastlands connection goes. But it's really not just angel people that have beast also. It's like the half and half thing. I think it's really cool that they went all in on the beast route as far as flavor goes, and they left that they had a little pinch of angel in there, but they're a little more defined right now. So this 50-50 angel beast. So I said that in my first breakdown that I did last time on this, but Ardling, I really like where they took this thing. So. You get an animal ancestry. Another thing that they changed and is no longer a thing is the flight that they had. They had what was it called? They had angelic flight. That is now removed. But we'll get to the flight thing here in a second, so hold on. And they have a new trait now, which is this animal ancestry. You can be a climber, flyer, racer, or swimmer. I love that. I love that because now you get to really, what kind of beast are you embodying? I love this. And I've done a whole bunch of stuff in the Beastlands, and there's like beast lords within the Beastlands, and each of them have like domains over certain animals. So like this fits in also with that. What kind of beast lord are they connected to, right? What kind of creature? I love this so much. And then they also have proficiency in perception for this, the whole bestial perception thing. Absolutely love that. And then they reworked the Celestial Legacy into now thaumaturgy cantrip, and you can switch it whenever you take a long rest or replace it with another cantrip divine from the divine spell list. So done, and you can choose your spellcasting modifier for it. I really like where the Ardling is now. I love it. I was very much biased from my feedback in the last one, so this is exactly within that feedback, 100%. I love it. I don't know if they've watched my video, and if they did, thank you, Wizards of the Coast. Reach out to me. Let's talk. Because now we're going to get into Dragonborn. So love the Ardling. I don't like what they did with the Dragonborn. Apparently, the Dragonborn was one of the lowest rated things on their feedback. Is the lowest they did. They released a whole thing about what the lowest things as far as feedback was. Dragonborn was one of the lowest things on the community's feedback. I don't know why. I feel like Dragonborns are fine. I feel like they gave him some love in the Fizzban's Treasury of Dragons. That was cool. And a little more flavor to it. And then they have the original Dragonborn. Cool. Awesome. Now, here's the new Dragonborn. The ancestry trait, it's identical, the same one, but it's going to be a little bit more cosmetic for their ancestral trait, and they get to pick the colors here. The Dragonflight trait. Oh, here we go. This is where is it at 5th level? I want to show you guys. So breath weapon, dragon ancestry. Where'd the trait go? Flight. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna save the flight for the end because I don't want to go on a rant here at the beginning. I do like what they did with the breath weapon. It's now just an attack action instead of a full action, because it did usually feel bad to spend a big resource and then you do the breath and that's it. Especially as you level up to extra attack and all that stuff. So now it's an attack. It's one attack. So if you have extra attack, you can attack and breath. Like I love that. That's great. Absolutely great. And you can choose to do a line or a cone instead of having to only have to choose predetermined at the beginning. You can kind of customize your breath as you go, and then the damage scales over time. Scales. I always have to say that. Dragons have scales over time. Okay, you get it. And then the dark vision, damage resistance, all that kind of stuff. Okay, cool, great. Now let's get to the draconic flight. I hate it. I hate it so much. There are things that this shakes the core of what Dragonborn are to me at a magical level, right? Dragonborn don't have wings. If they do have wings, cool, let's do that. Let's give a type of Dragonborn, like an Ascended Dragonborn, or a whatever you want to call it, Dragonborn that has wings. Have that be a thing, right? Give them wings, and at first level, we could switch out something, or give them a small thing where they can make an attack with their wings for like 1d6, and they can make an attack with their wings whatever, sure, or just say that they have wings and they can reduce fall damage or something like that, similar to what they did with the Ardling's flyer situation up here, and give that to that Dragonborn. But for this draconic flight, at 5th level, they learn how to channel magic energies of Dranic and give themselves temporary flight. As a bonus action, use Sprout Spectral Wings. I don't think Dragonborn have spectral wings. I just don't see it. I've never pictured a Dragonborn who doesn't have wings spriting magical spectral wings and flying. No. I feel like I can't explain it magically. Like why? What? Why? I just ultimately don't like it, as you can tell. I would never see this. I would see, if you wanted to do this, give them actual wings, and then at 5th level, they start to be able to use those wings at a limited capacity. And then you could say, even at higher levels, they can gain flight and whatever. Like you have the Aarakocra that can just fly right off the gate. So in general, and I have a whole thing that in my point by feet system to build your class, where I have a scaling flight system where it starts. In fact, I might have to do that rant. I have a whole rant prepared for why players shouldn't be able to fly at 1st level and how you could handle flight across time. This is a great example of how to handle flight at 5th level, but why is it spectral wings or Dragonborn? I do not see Dragonborn channeling their ancestors and then spectral magical wings come out of their back. I don't see it. Make a flying Dragonborn. I don't see flight being baked into this. I ultimately am just I don't like it, as you can tell. But moving on. So again, to try and end on a positive note with this, I would say with this, I will make a flying Dragonborn class for you guys, and give the version of, if you want to be a flying Dragonborn, you would have wings on your back that are real physical wings on your back. You'd have those. That's super cool. That's super cool. Flying has a lot of awesome stuff baked into it. And at some point at higher levels, you would be able to fly, right? Like a Aarakocra could. But it would be a scaling thing like I just talked about. And that would be a lot of where the power budget is in there. So next up. Goliaths. And also, I'm going to keep going back to this. I also think for this Draconic Flight thing, if you took this out and removed it, you could focus on what the Dragonborn is all about, and the damage and the resistance and the ancestry and the breath weapons and all that kind of stuff. A lot of its power could be more shifted towards that instead of this 5th level Draconic Flight thing. At 5th level, give them a better breath thing. Do something with their breath. Do something with the dragon. Anyway, all right. Goliath. When I heard the stuff for Goliath, I hated it, and I thought it was so dumb as far as the teleport. I was like, how on earth can Goliaths teleport? What? Why? Where is a Goliath ever going to get But as soon as I scroll to right here, boom, giant ancestry. Okay. Absolutely get it. I completely get it. I'm 100% on board now. Cloud Giant. Yeah, it is the Goliath now is a mini giant class, a hybrid human giant class. Just like their dragon or dragonborn are draconic ancestry, Goliaths are the giant ancestry, and I love that so much. And they have options. Oh my gosh, I love it. Just like the tieflings, options, giant options, Ardling options. Absolutely love it, love it, love it. So good. So. You get a bunch of options here for the Goliath instead of just the stone giant. This was like the default thing that they have, but now you have a hill and frost and fire and cloud. It's so cool, so cool. Large form, powerful build, all that stuff. Super classic stuff from there. So in the big picture, there you go. I'm going to be coming up with some Cleric stuff that's going to be coming down the pipeline. Let me know what you guys think on that. Let me know what cool things you think Clerics could be able to have. What cool small things. And I'm going to take all the feedback. Like I have a Rogue video coming out. And I already talked about all the other things. Ranger and Bard and all this kind of stuff. All of this is going to be coming through the pipeline here. Stay tuned for everything. I want to hear you guys' feedback. I want to make a Dragonborn. I might make that Dragonborn. Any type of things that I do like this, I'm going to be patrons would know this by now. I'm starting to ramp up the things that I just kind of like throw out and give my patrons whenever I have these little ideas I want to do. I'm just going to start making and just posting it out on Patreon randomly, just to thank the people that are there instead of this big thing about, hey, come do this. I just want to appreciate the people that help me do this thing that I'm doing right now, and I love doing it, and it's thanks to my patrons, and it's thanks to all you guys watching these videos at every level of whatever you're possibly capable of doing, because showing the love to the videos like the Dragonlance video got so much love. I did a whole thing. I've dove all the way into Dragonlance. In 2 weeks, I'm posting that Dragonlance video with a huge, the deep dive that I did there. I got Spelljammer coming out next week, so anyway, stay tuned, stay creative, think outside the box. Peace.